Many older adults start noticing their legs feel weaker when standing up, walking uphill, or just carrying groceries. This problem often begins because of chronic inactivity and reduced cellular energy flow in muscles. Sarcopenia, which means the natural loss of muscle with age, speeds up drastically when your legs stop getting regular work. I've seen this happen in people who didn't even realize it until climbing stairs became hard. In this video, we'll talk about 4 everyday habits that may be silently destroying your leg strength. And make sure to stay till the end because I've got a bonus non-food tip that could seriously shift your strength trajectory. Let's begin with something you likely do without thinking, but it sabotages your leg function more than anything else. Time to uncover the hidden risks of sitting for long periods. If your day involves sitting on the couch, in the car, or at a desk for hours, you are unknowingly training your legs to become weaker. Extended sitting slows blood circulation in the lower body and decreases the delivery of oxygen and nutrients to leg muscles. It also means your body is not removing metabolic waste as efficiently. So muscles become fatigued faster. When blood stops flowing freely, the gluteal muscles and quadriceps start to shrink, and the hamstrings become tight, which throws off your whole posture. The hip flexors tighten up, which pulls the pelvis forward and changes the angle of your lower back, affecting your gait and balance. Now, here's the science behind it. After just 30 minutes of sitting, circulation in your lower legs decreases sharply, leading to reduced oxygen delivery to your muscle fibers. This slows down the production of adenosine triphosphate, the energy source your muscles depend on. Without enough of this, muscle contraction weakens. Research from the University of Missouri showed that seniors with sedentary routines lost strength at twice the rate compared to those who moved regularly throughout the day. Twice the rate. Think about that. How often are you sitting for more than 30 minutes at a stretch? From my own experience as a doctor working with aging patients for the past 15 years, I can tell you this one change, breaking sitting into 30-minute movement blocks, has reversed so much early muscle loss. I've seen people on the verge of walker dependence regain the ability to walk stairs just by adding daily leg movement in small chunks. So, what's the best way to keep those legs strong even if your routine includes sitting? Stand up every 30 minutes. Use under-desk pedals or light resistance bands for 10 to 15 minutes per day. Doing simple sit-to-stand exercises like slow squats from a chair, even just 10 to 15 reps 3 times daily, keeps your leg muscles active and responsive. But here's what many people do wrong. They think standing desks solve the problem. They don't. Standing is still passive. Your legs need motion to activate muscle fibers and maintain blood flow. Long car rides and binge-watching shows can be especially harmful. And another common mistake is waiting for gym time, thinking an hour of exercise makes up for a day of sitting. It doesn't. Motion has to be distributed across the day. What's your sitting routine like? Do you think you stand up enough during the day? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear how you manage it. Let's move from sitting to something that feels like strength building, but may actually tear your leg muscles down faster. Let's uncover the problem with overdoing high-intensity workouts. Before we go further, I want to hear from you. What are you doing right now to keep your legs strong or stay steady on your feet? Share in the comments. And if staying mobile and preventing leg weakness matters to you, make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell so you do not miss tips like this. Does this feel useful to your daily routine? Type 1 if yes, or 0 if not. It might seem surprising, but pushing yourself too hard with intense workouts can actually damage leg strength, especially in older adults. High-intensity interval training, heavy weightlifting, or cycling at maximum effort may look powerful, but when done too frequently or without enough recovery, it leads to muscle microtears. your muscles become inflamed and sore, and your body releases higher levels of cortisol, the stress hormone, which slows down muscle repair. And if your legs already have fewer satellite cells, which help regenerate muscle tissue, the damage builds faster than your body can repair. Older adults face an even steeper curve. As we age, the ability to recover from muscular stress slows down. A study from the University of Florida showed that seniors who performed high-intensity interval workouts more than 3 times a week experienced greater levels of fatigue and noticeable imbalance in their leg strength. This can increase your risk of falling and seriously injuring yourself. Now, how can you tell if you're doing too much? If you're training your legs hard more than 2 times per week or pushing your heart rate beyond 75% of its maximum too often, you may be setting yourself back. Recovery becomes just as important as exercise. Strengthening leg muscles 2 times a week with focus on controlled movements using body weight or resistance bands is a safer and smarter approach. As a doctor treating active older adults for many years, I've noticed the ones with the best leg strength aren't the ones pushing hardest. They're the ones who are strategic. They balance intensity with proper recovery. Overload without recovery doesn't build strength. It leads to pain, instability, and eventually injury. A better option is a 20-minute circuit focused on safe, joint-friendly exercises. This can include 5 to 10 reps of step-ups using a low platform, chair squats with slow control, standing calf raises, and resistance band leg extensions. Combine that with 20 grams of protein within an hour of finishing and a magnesium-rich snack like pumpkin seeds to support muscle relaxation and repair. Watch out for these pitfalls, though. Many seniors try to copy online fitness influencers who are half their age. Those routines aren't tailored to aging joints and muscles. Skipping warm-ups or ignoring pain in your knees or ankles can signal that the workout is doing more harm than good. Do you ever feel soreness that lasts more than 2 days after a leg workout? Have you had to cut back because of knee or hip discomfort? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Your experience might help someone else watching this video. If this video is giving you helpful insight, tap the like button, not just for me, but for others who are trying to stay independent, rebuild leg strength, or prevent falls. When you like the video, YouTube shares it with more people who are struggling with the same issues. Let's make sure they get the support they need too. From doing too much to doing nothing at all, this next habit often hides in people who think they're being careful. Let's discuss the subtle harm of avoiding stairs completely. Many people avoid stairs without realizing how damaging this habit can be over time. When you skip stairs regularly, you're no longer activating your quadriceps, glutes, and calves the way your body is built to do. These muscles work together to stabilize your joints and help you move with balance and control. When they stop getting used during a common movement like stair climbing, they lose not just size, but also strength and speed, especially in the fast-twitch fibers that help with quick reactions and fall prevention. Fast-twitch muscle fibers are the ones that allow you to catch yourself if you trip or slip. Without regular use, these fibers shrink faster with age, and that can mean the difference between staying upright or falling and breaking a bone. Skipping stairs also increases hip stiffness over time, since the hip joint does not go through its full range of motion on flat surfaces. And when hips stiffen, foot placement becomes less stable, especially on uneven ground or slippery areas. Research from Johns Hopkins University has shown that older adults who regularly climb stairs have a 36% lower risk of falling compared to those who avoid them. That is a powerful number. Another study from Harvard found stair climbing improves leg power and boosts bone density, which is critical in preventing fractures as we age. So skipping stairs may seem like a small thing, but it quickly leads to weaker muscles, brittle bones, and greater risk of injury. One patient of mine comes to mind when I think of this. She had avoided stairs completely after a knee surgery, mostly because of fear. Over time, her legs weakened to the point where even small curbs made her anxious. But through guided rehab and gradual supported stair practice, she rebuilt confidence. Within 2 months, she could walk up 3 flights without a cane. And the change was not just physical. She started carrying herself taller, moving more freely, and her entire mood shifted. Strength builds self-trust. Now, let's take a closer look at how to reintroduce stairs safely if you have not used them in a while. Start with just 1 flight a day, and always use the handrail for support, but try to keep your posture upright instead of leaning forward or clinging with both hands. You can also practice a simple step up and hold routine at home. Step up on a low stair, hold for 5 seconds, then step back down slowly. Repeat this 5 to 10 times on each side. If stairs at home are tough, some gyms have stair climbers that let you train the same muscles at lower resistance. Avoid common mistakes like using elevators every time, collapsing your posture by gripping railings tightly with both hands, or forgetting to stretch your hip flexors and calves. These areas tighten after long periods of sitting, which makes stairs harder than they should be. Are stairs something you avoid out of habit or fear? Drop a comment below and share your story. It might help someone who is in the same place you were. Stick around until the end because the last 2 habits can quietly weaken your legs without you even realizing it. One of them is so overlooked that most people never even connect it to muscle loss. You will not want to miss it. Let's shift our focus to something most people never connect to leg strength: sleeping in cold or uncomfortable positions. Sleep might feel like the most passive part of your day, but for your legs, it is actually one of the most critical windows for healing and restoration. While your mind rests, your body enters a highly active state of tissue repair. If your bedroom is too cold or your mattress is too firm, your lower leg muscles often respond by tightening subconsciously. That muscle tension can quietly restrict circulation to your calves and feet throughout the night, limiting the delivery of oxygen, amino acids, and other vital nutrients your muscles need for cellular repair. This type of tension does not just affect comfort. It interferes with the regeneration of microtears that naturally form in your leg muscles from normal daily use, especially if you are on your feet often or dealing with age-related muscle loss. Let's examine this more thoroughly. When you are asleep, especially during the rapid eye movement stage, blood flow should be directed toward your extremities to support deep tissue regeneration. That process helps rebuild mitochondria in your muscle cells, which directly affects your leg strength and endurance. However, when circulation is compromised, for example, from sleeping with cold feet or placing your knees in a twisted or compressed position, your body cannot carry out these repair functions effectively. The result is reduced muscle quality and longer recovery time, even if you are not doing intense exercise. Research from Stanford Medical School showed that even moderate cold exposure to the legs during sleep reduced muscle regeneration capacity by as much as 40%. Think about that. Almost half of your healing power could be lost simply from temperature and alignment problems. Poor sleep posture also compresses key nerves that supply your legs. Twisting your knees or pointing your toes downward for hours without support can press on the peroneal or tibial nerves, leading to morning numbness, tingling, or cramping. These symptoms are often mistaken for circulation issues or even arthritis, but in reality, they are commonly caused by avoidable mechanical compression during sleep. Do you ever notice a burning or pins and needles sensation in your legs when you wake up? That might not be age or poor circulation. It might just be your sleep position disrupting nerve signaling to your legs. Over the years in my clinical practice, I have seen consistent improvement in leg strength and morning mobility just from correcting a few simple sleep habits. One of my patients, a 72-year-old with chronic morning stiffness, saw significant change after using a soft pillow between her knees and elevating her feet by just 3 inches. Within 1 week, she reported better sleep, no more morning cramps, and improved balance during her morning walks. Another patient reduced ankle swelling that persisted for months simply by adjusting her leg elevation and sleeping with light compression socks. These small shifts do not require pills or therapy, just awareness and consistency. So, what does a strong, leg-friendly sleep setup actually involve? If you sleep on your side, place a medium soft pillow between your knees. This keeps your hips aligned and reduces tension along your outer thighs and lower back. Elevate your feet just slightly. 2 to 4 inches is usually ideal. Using a wedge, small pillow, or neatly folded towels. That slight elevation helps prevent fluid pooling, which is especially helpful for people who experience leg swelling or restless legs at night. Keep your room temperature between 68 and 72 degrees Fahrenheit. According to research from the National Sleep Foundation, this range supports both thermoregulation and deeper muscle recovery. And in cases of poor blood flow, wearing light compression socks at night, if cleared by your physician, can further assist venous return and reduce fatigue in your calves. Let's also talk about what to avoid. Electric blankets, while cozy, can lead to reduced long-term circulation if used all night, especially if the heat is concentrated around your legs. They also tend to override your body's natural ability to regulate temperature, which disrupts sleep depth. Tight socks are another problem. They may seem warm, but they restrict ankle and foot circulation, increasing the risk of numbness. And many people forget that pets in bed can unintentionally push your legs out of neutral alignment during sleep. If your dog or cat sleeps near your feet and you wake up with tight hips or an aching knee, they might be part of the problem without you even realizing it. Have you ever tracked how your leg stiffness feels in relation to how you slept the night before? Do you notice more pain or tightness after nights when your feet were cold or your sleep was disturbed? Could these subtle habits be making your mornings harder than they need to be? Drop a comment below if you have had a similar experience. Your insight could help others who are still trying to figure out the source of their morning leg pain. Now, let's move on to a bonus tip that can support leg strength even when you are not exercising. Let's take a closer look at something called rebounding therapy or mini trampoline movement. At first glance, bouncing on a small trampoline might seem like child's play, but in reality, it can be one of the most efficient ways to activate your leg muscles, especially the stabilizers that support joint health and balance. The movement may look simple, but it stimulates 638 muscles throughout your body, and that includes deep leg stabilizers that are hard to target with most traditional exercises. The real power of this activity lies in its low impact on the joints. Unlike running or jumping on hard surfaces, rebounding keeps pressure minimal while still challenging your muscles. Your legs stay engaged the entire time, helping to build strength without grinding your knees or hips. The gentle bouncing motion also encourages the lymphatic system to pump more effectively, which helps reduce swelling and flush out waste products that can build up in tired legs. Have you ever thought about how important your lymph system is when it comes to muscle recovery and fatigue? Now let's take a more detailed look at the research behind this. Studies conducted by NASA showed that rebounding is 68% more efficient than running when it comes to building leg strength, especially under conditions where joint health must be protected. That statistic alone is worth paying attention to. On top of that, rebounding significantly improves proprioception, which is your body's sense of position and movement. That means better balance, fewer falls, and more confidence in your steps. Research groups working with older adults have found that muscle oxygenation improves during consistent rebounding, and this helps reduce that heavy, sluggish leg feeling many people complain about. Let's now shift our attention to how you can start using this tool safely and effectively. Begin with just 5 minutes twice a day. That is all it takes to start feeling the benefits. You do not need to bounce high or leave the mat. In fact, staying grounded while bouncing gently is the best way to get results without creating risk. Use a wall or support bar if your balance is not perfect yet, and wear non-slip grip socks to stay steady. Make your movements controlled and rhythmic, which also trains your coordination. Let's also take a moment to look at a few safety notes that are critical. Don't use a trampoline on an uneven surface because that can instantly throw off your center of gravity. Also, don't ever jump off the mini trampoline directly. Always step down slowly and with control to avoid jolting your knees or ankles. If you've had recent hip or ankle surgery, this is not the right time to start without getting medical clearance first. From my own clinical experience, I can confidently say that this is one of my top tools for older adults or anyone looking to rebuild leg strength without stress. I have seen people who could barely squat regain power in their knees and improve their circulation dramatically, all from just a few minutes of controlled bouncing each day. The feedback is almost always the same. People feel lighter, quicker, and more energized throughout the day. Have you ever tried rebounding before? Or maybe you are curious but still unsure? I would love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and let's talk about your experience or hesitation. Your input might just inspire someone else to give it a try. Now, we'll move on to a quick summary, a checklist to help you put everything into action. So, here is a rapid-fire recap to make sure all the key points stick. First, stop sitting for long stretches without moving. A short walk or even just standing for a minute every 30 minutes helps restore circulation and protect leg muscles from stiffness. Second, avoid pushing your body through intense workouts without giving yourself time to rest. Recovery is where strength actually builds. Third, do not avoid stairs. Regular stair use strengthens your legs naturally and improves your coordination more than most machines can. Fourth, make sure your sleep environment supports your legs. Cold rooms, tight positions, and poor alignment weaken your recovery. Warmth, good posture, and circulation all matter while you sleep. And finally, try adding a little rebounding each day. It is simple, enjoyable, and highly effective for boosting leg strength without heavy strain. If today's tips gave you a new perspective, give this video a like, hit subscribe, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. And be sure to stay tuned. What I will share next might change the way you think about everyday strength even more.